So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be using this lanyard material. You can buy it on Amazon, Country Brook Designs, different links. This one's 1 inch wide. Also purchasing on Amazon this buckle right here. So I'm going to use this one to, this will be the keyring to be able to separate the keys from the actual lanyard around the neck. This is another option. You can find these on Amazon too. This is a clip-on. This one I've used for keychains. So you just clamp it at the end of the lanyard and just keeps them together. And just hook your keys right there at the bottom, and then you just use these pliers. You don't have to use these type of pliers, but you can use these pliers just to clamp it together to close it. And then what I'll put at the end of the lanyard here, for this one here, I'm going to use this hook, and this is where the keyring will go. So it'll be assembled like this. You have this, and you have actually this, and then you have this. So that's where they will come apart. So I am making the images 35.5 almost by 1.06, so that leaves you a little bit of a bleed on the edges. The actual lanyard is 1 inch wide, and so what I'm also doing is I'm just adjusting the DPI to 300, and still good quality. So then now I have them all together, and so I'm going to print this page twice, because what I want to do is I want to do the front and back. And so as you can tell, I left a little bit of space between each one of the lanyards so that I'm able to set them on the paper. So I'm going to print 2 copies, like I said, because I want to do the front and back. You can see it's on landscape. Printer manages the colors, and so we're just going to hit print. So my lanyard will be 36 inches long. And what I'm going to be doing is I'll be cutting 13 pieces, and that's what I'll be sublimating today. The lanyard material, the print itself is 1.06 by 35 inches approximately. All right, so I have my 13 pieces ready to ready cut. So waiting for the print to be done, and then I'll start placing them on the paper. Today I'm going to use some quilting basting spray, which is going to help me keep the lanyards in place and keep them from moving and lifting up, because I'm going to be sublimating in 2 pieces, because the press is 24 inches long and the lanyards are 35.5. All right, so here's one of the prints. I'm printing on 17-inch wide paper, and again the lanyards themselves are 35.5 inches in length. There's a couple of them that came out a little bit longer, but I wasn't gonna trim them. So, all right, so what I'll be doing now is I'll be lightly spraying the print, and then I'll be putting on the actual lanyards on top of it, and then they'll be ready to press. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back. So I have added the spray, and then I placed all my lanyards on top of the paper, and then I've also added some heat tape, because I'll be flipping it, and so I want to make sure that it doesn't move when I flip it, so that the lanyard's at the bottom of the press and the paper's on top of the press. So I have my press set at 400 degrees for 60 seconds, and that's what I'll be pressing at. And the actual pressure will be medium. All right, so I've got my lanyard centered, and so now I'm just going to slide it in, and then cover my plate, and then do the first press, 60 seconds at 400 degrees. All right, so first press is done. So now I'm going to open it up. I will change the paper, and then I'm going to slide it over almost to the edge, so we can get that second press centered, and then cover. so that second press is done. I'm gonna open it up and then move it over to my other table to do the second side. It's pretty hot. Here's the first press, and this is what they will look like once they're done on one side. Just take that off. That off. Take that off. So now I'm gonna keep them in order so that when I put them on the other side, I know which way to go. So we started, we're gonna flip it this way. Let them have it. Here's first one. So here are the finished lanyards on one side, so we'll do the other side in a minute. All right, so I've got all the all the lanyards placed on the paper so that I can do the other half, and I'm gonna add some heat tape so that when I flip them, there's less of a chance that they'll move or that they'll come off. And the glue helps a lot, so it does make a big difference. And again, that's this quilt basting spray. So now I'm gonna take it over to the press and we'll press this side. So here's what they look like printed. This is the second side already, so I'm gonna take them off the paper in a minute, and we'll get them ready for adding the hardware. And here's what they look like. What I'll be doing, I'll be using this one and this one. This one is I only use this one for keychains, so I'll put that one aside. But I'm actually missing today a breakaway safety buckle that goes around the neck. So in case if the lanyard gets stuck on something, it doesn't cause injuries to the person. that one should be showing up tomorrow. So here's an unfinished lanyard, and then here's the finished one. And so basically what I did, I have these three components that I used to complete it, and they're sewn onto the lanyard. So you have a breakaway buckle, safety buckle that goes at the top of the lanyard, which I haven't installed because it showed up late. Then you have the buckle here that separates the keyring from the lanyard itself. Then you got the keyring holder, so that attaches the keys or whatever you want to attach to the end of the lanyard. So this just break away right here, and that's what it looks like. Also, if you look at the way that I actually have them sewn together is just basically just a regular sewing machine. But you can also, there's a rivet you can use for this to attach it, or there's also some fusible bonding material that you can use to bond it together. But this worked out really well. It's pretty solid, so it's not gonna go anywhere. And so here's what the lanyard looks like. Also, just a quick note about the length of these ones. These were pressed for 36 inches. For an adult, they work fine if you don't have the buckle here. Because we added the buckle, it shortens the loop. So you'd have to add about 4 inches here at the bottom. In this case, this one is for a kid, so the length will be fine. But again, I can make it like this for an adult without the buckle, and it will fit just fine. If you add the buckle here and the breakaway clip here at the end, you'd want to add approximately 4 inches of length to the lanyard.